do you know that Nhlanhla has left Operation Dudula sometime around the last year? And do you know the reasons why he left it?
Okay. Yeah, I know why. I know that Nhlanhla left Operation Dudula. I've seen like couple of videos on TikTok saying that why he left Operation Dudula. There's so many like videos on TikTok, but we'll try to find one and put it up there. And then one of them was because at the beginning they said it was a movement trying to chase illegal immigrants, illegal foreigners back to their country, and he stood for that. But as time went by, he saw that these people are doing something that they didn't start with. Like now it's like they're chasing just anyone, just like any foreigner, and their movement was not operating by law. It was becoming violent, and this is not something that he stood for.
I think you should just play like one of the videos. There's the video.
If you say you are fighting all foreigners, that means you are also suggesting all embassies in South Africa must close down immediate effect. People must go home, and all our ambassadors across the world must close office and come back because we are fighting all foreigners. And I was like, I'm not going to allow that. And what's the people that are suffering the most happen to be African foreigners by definition, because they are the closest to home. You don't find a Chinese guy chilling in Tembisa. You find a Mozambican and you find Malawi, Bozim, and so forth chilling there. So as soon as you introduce that culture and you condition our people to saying, to hell with foreigners, all of them, then you are saying that there must be a battle in our townships. There must be fights. We must kill each other. We must just talk nonsense about each other. And I couldn't stand there and advocate for that nonsense. A lot of the people, even listening to this interview now, they've never heard me speak of all foreigners must go. I've always addressed undocumented foreigners.
Of course, this video, shout out to DJs who interviewed Nhlanhla sometime around last year. And I'm sure this is now popular news. People know about this. And yeah, man, I mean, I always ask myself day by day, the people who are left inside Operation Dudula, how do they feel? You know, like, do they stand with what they're doing there? Do they genuinely believe what they're doing is right? You know, but people are criticizing Nhlanhla for leaving and giving these reasons. Do you think him leaving and explaining it like this, why he left, like people should criticize him?
No, I don't think people should criticize him because we can already see that like even previous videos that they are no longer focusing on illegal immigrants.
They just hate all foreigners.
They just hate all foreigners and people that are not even from South Africa. Like the previous video we posted, a lady from Botswana. Is it Botswana or Lesotho? Lesotho. You see? So I don't think people should criticize Nhlanhla for leaving. And now the movement was becoming xenophobic. It was violent, and they were not operating by law. And when he mentioned that they were not operating by law, I understood that because really they're not operating by law. It's just a bunch of hooligans trying to attack other people.
Something is that he said something very interesting. You know, he's like, when you give when you tell people that we are fighting all foreigners, the only foreigners that are going to end up being victims is going to be black people because they are the ones closer to us.
Yes.
And then the Indians who stay in the suburbs, you will never find them because they don't stay with us. So when you say fight all foreigners, even if you can see illegal foreigners, but people end up seeing any foreigner, when you say that, I understood. I'm like, yeah. Hence, all of these people are acting like this. That means they were told, fight any foreigner you see, wherever you see him next to you, you must make sure that person you deal with them. Hence, we see them fighting usually Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, and just black people now from Malawians, from Lesotho. It's because,
Lesotho people from
he said it. That means the leader tells them, any foreigner. And with that, it happens that you're gonna only attack the foreigners that are closer to you, and the foreigners that are closer to us, staying with us, is black foreigners in the townships, in the back rooms. You see,
Like I understand what Nhlanhla said, and I understand the way you explain it, which is true. And I feel like they should go to the suburbs. They should start with Indians and Pakistanis and Somalians and Ethiopians before attacking our own black people. And
but they
check
failed to
and check
attack.
if they have papers.
They failed to deal with them. Agree, when they were busy dealing with the spaza shops, they were supposed to deal with the Indians, and the agree Indians are the ones who, and Pakistanis and Somalians and Ethiopians, they are the ones who own spaza shops.
Yes.
So when they were busy going to spaza shops, that's when they should have dealt with them.
And they
failed because Indians and Pakistanis, they're still owning spaza shops up until today.
Yes. Oh my God.
And Nhlanhla, he was the leader.
He was the leader. He was so passionate about it. People,
he was passionate.
And when he was coming out, people were like, this guy's gonna be the president of South Africa. And sadly, he left. And if I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected. I think he started his own political party, right?
Nah, he's an ANC comrade, I think. Yeah, I saw him during last year elections. He was busy in ANC rallies. But he had something about Soweto Parliament. I don't know if but yeah.
Yes, that's what I remember. Yeah. Soweto Parliament.
And there's something, but we're gonna speak about this on another video. But I want to mention it here. The leader of Operation Dudula, Zandile, she exposed Nhlanhla that he's a hypocrite.
Why?
He was a hypocrite when he was still with the movement. Because she said this, and guys, we're just gonna mention it, and then we speak about the topic of today. But this topic, we're gonna speak about it separately on another video. We don't know when, but soon. She said she was on a podcast with Politically Incorrect. She said that Nhlanhla is a hypocrite because when they would, as Operation Dudula, when they would go to the Pakistanis, Nhlanhla was working with the Pakistanis. So he was a hypocrite because during the day, when they are busy toying with Operation Dudula, he was like, foreigners must go. And then at night, Nhlanhla would go and protect those foreigners. They would hire his private security to protect the Pakistani shops. That's what she said. But we're going to talk about it on another video. This is what lies.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about it.
But adding to that, right, we're going to talk about it, ne? But adding to whatever you're saying, do you think Operation Dudula and them failed to chase away like Pakistanis, Indians and stuff like that because maybe they were giving them money by the side? Do you think so?
Corruption is everywhere, and when you look at these people, it doesn't look like people who have jobs. So where people don't have jobs, where people are gullible, bribes happen. That's why you remember those guys, Amapanya, those security guys who they were wearing green.
Yes, I know them. Are they still there?
And I think now they're gonna disband them. I saw Panyaza saying that it's gonna disband it. They're gonna go for training and then it's gonna make it official for them to be part of the government because now it was just like a piece job for them. But those guys, even though they were working, but you saw how they used to do corruption. Harazama foreign and then Piman. So if those guys who have jobs, Amapanya, busy doing corruption, extorting foreigners who are busy selling in the streets, as people who are employed and getting jobs, imagine these Operation Dudula guys who are not employed, the type of corruption they'll be going up to.
Yes, I honestly think maybe they failed to go for after Indians.
They were bought.
Yeah, the Indians will just give them money, like I'll give you money and just get out of my place. Yes, leave us alone. I think they did that. That's why they're not coming after them. Yeah, they're coming after Zimbabweans now.
Yeah, because I don't understand why they stopped chasing or closing down Spaza. That one I'll never understand.
Yes.
Why did they stop trying to close down Pakistani Spaza shops?
Now all of the sudden they are by Zimbabweans and Malawians, but
yeah, they are quiet. Indians like Abasas Ngeni, they are not closing them down. Imagine.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
I feel like something was happening behind closed doors. I feel like, I'm not saying it's true, but I think, honestly.
That means they were just doing it for popularity contest. Yes. They were just doing it for clout and taking videos to trend. Like everything else they do. because everything they do doesn't stand, man. It's like iphelele emoyeni somehow. Even this thing of clinics izophelele emoyeni next year when they start harassing iy'kolo. Then bozohamba and harass iy'kolo, they'll leave clinics.
Yes.
Like the same way they left spaza shops.
It's like a bucket full of water and then inside there's holes.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's like that.
It's like that, and they're not trying to punch at it.
You keep on filling the bucket, but the bucket is leaking down there. Nah, I feel like it's like that, right?
It's like
It's
that.
like that.
But I give credit to Nhlanhla, you know, for retaining his dignity as a man, as a human being. And by the time he left them, they didn't start doing what they're doing now.
Yes.
It's like he had foresight to see these people, Ngati, this is where they're trying to go, and I don't want to be part of it. Because he left way before these people started doing all of these things they're doing now. But I think he had foresight. He wanted to be disassociated with them way back. For when people finally talk about Operation Dudula, they don't mention him. So he wanted to leave it Sasene's card. And I think he did a good thing, because who would want to be a part of these guys?
Who would want to be a part of? Maybe if they claim that it's true that Nhlanhla was friends with Indian people, maybe he also didn't want to associate, like he didn't want to end his friendship. Like, now you guys are coming for these people and now I'm friends with these people and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but he was a hypocrite. If during the day he was saying foreigners must go, and at night he wants to protect them, then he's a hypocrite. And he should be called out for that. Because you can't say something during the day, at night when I was using it. But for leaving them, for these reasons he just mentioned, because I think he's a businessman, Nhlanhla, and he would want to travel and go to African countries.
Yes. And then when you get there, and then they'll be like, how?
You see, so he wants to still be welcomed. That's why maybe he left. And I remember another day listening to a podcast. I think he was with Umkhulu Ntengiza? No, it was not Umkhulu Ntengiza. It was with DJ Spoo and Penwell. And then he's told them that he is an African scholar. He studies African history and African. So it would make sense for him not to be part of Operation Dudula as an African scholar.
Yes.
It would make sense.
Yes. And I think it makes sense. Because if you're an African scholar trying to study about other Africans, why would you chase another African in South Africa?
And I believe he knows the definition of frontline state. He knows it very well because he's an African scholar.
Yes.
You can't be an African scholar and not know what frontline state is.
And he's so through this whole thing that
he's done. This
movement. And the way they are going on,
even him must stop taking Julius Malema though. But topic for another thing.
But yeah, I respect him for living, and
yeah, man, he did a good thing. He did an amazing job, you know. But yeah, thank you for having us this side.
Thank you guys for watching up until the end. Catch me on my next video. Peace.